HTTP. Hello.
Hey, Gwen.
Hi.
Hey, Gustavo.
Listen.
Okay, wonderful. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Horizen's
Hello.
Weekly Insider number
Hey, Gwen.
138.
Hi.
Gustavo.
Listen.
Today is Monday, May 31st, 2022, and is also a
Okay,
very
wonderful.
special day for
Hello,
Horizen.
everyone.
Everyone, welcome to Horizen's
Hello.
Weekly Insider number
Hey,
138.
Hi.
Sorry for that. I was getting some weird audio feedback, but today is a very special day for Horizen as it is our 5th anniversary. So thank you all so much for coming to join us today. This is such a special event for our project, and we are all super excited that you could make it. As always, be sure to ask your questions for the special AMA at the end via the Menti link in chat. And don't forget, we will be sharing a form today so that you guys can claim a special T-Zenny and cake airdrop, a very special token that we are creating just to celebrate our anniversary today. Today, we will be kicking off the Weekly Insider with a special message from our co-founder, Rob, and then moving into some special messages from the team. So welcome, Rob.
Thank you, Erica. Let me just say thank you everyone for joining here. This is just so cool seeing the friendly faces from over the years. And I definitely want to do a special shout out to the OGs in the room. Gustavo, I'm looking at you. I see OGs out there. We have some people who have been with us from the very beginning, which is crazy that you've stuck with us for the last 5 years. Rolf, let's not forget, other co-founder here who we would not be here without him. Chronic, for many reasons, we wouldn't be here without a Chronic. Gustavo, Rosario, Cyrax, Alan, Marco, Lucy, Vano, and Luca. And some of these people went from very enthusiastic community members back in 2017 when we were just very idealistic, enthusiastic crypto people who are now maybe even on our team and working in, I argue, one of the most professional organizations in crypto today. So a lot has changed over the last 5 years, going from just very kind of chaotic, idealistic project where we just kind of wanted to change the world to now wanting to change the world still, but actually having more resources, people, and a whole bunch of core technology that we've developed over the years to really do that. Not just dream of changing the world, but really to actually drive technology and an organization that can make these kinds of things happen. Early on, we realized that we needed to form a core professional group, and that's exactly what we did. So over the years, we're really, I think what I'm most proud of, going beyond even the technology and the products that you're now seeing, starting to hit the market, like Token Mint and, Cobalt Wallet, and us dabbling now in Web3 and going beyond that with an EVM, or going beyond what we've been doing with an EVM. It's the team. It really is the team. It's the group of people that have been part of this community who have decided to make this their careers, their professions, their passions, to be here with us. And this team is all over the world. So I mentioned some people already, the OGs that are on this call or on the team, but we have other people that without them, we wouldn't be here today. And I want to give a special shout out to some of our Ukraine friends, in particular, Team Veritas at IOHK with Roman, Dimitro, Andrei. These guys, also with Charles Hoskinson's direction, early on when Zen had troubles, so literally in the first week of this project's history, these guys came on and literally saved the project, right? So we've had some ridiculously strong friendships, partnerships, colleagues from all over the world who have really given themselves to make this possible. And for this, I'm deeply grateful. And I think all of us should just share an appreciation for everyone who has brought us to where we are now. Now we have a fantastic powerhouse of a team. And with this, we're probably going to 2x the team size over the next year, which sounds a little crazy because if you guys are paying attention to the markets, things are kind of very volatile these days all around the world, particularly in crypto. That said, we're actually doing some pretty amazing things, and we're in delivery mode right now. And we have some very successful organizations like Horizen Labs that are just part of this ecosystem. and we'll be committing significant resources to actually powering Horizen to be a powerhouse over the very, very short term. So a lot's going on, going from just a handful of engineers and community enthusiasts early on. We've hired a lot more engineers, researchers, product people, DevOps. We actually just hired our first test team lead. So we're really maturing a lot. Our marketing team has just grown fantastically over the years as well. From in the early days, we kind of joke nowadays about the early marketing team, just in terms of how, ad hoc we were doing everything, just really to do whatever needed to be done and get by. Now we have a systematic organization that just really is, I think, one of the top notch in the industry. And pair this with a vision and a strategy that I think matters. We need to prove that it matters. It can't just be our opinions that it does. But a ZK, a zero knowledge enabled network of blockchains, is a really big deal, right? This is kind of our mantra right now. This is what Zendoo is all about, where we can have a permissionless, decentralized, generalizable blockchain ecosystem, heterogeneous, all these big words, right? Really what it means is we can do a lot of different things with our system. So we're not banking on a particular application. We're not banking on, say, an EVM. We're going to be one of dozens of other EVM projects out there. Yes, we're integrating an EVM, but it's on this actual much more flexible, powerful protocol called Zendoo with our cross-chain transfer protocol. We just launched the first instance of the first thing on this really big, powerful interoperability protocol. And that thing is called Token Mint. And for those of you who have your pilot badges and are part of the community with our testing, you see that, yes, it's simple. You can mint a fungible token on Horizen, like big deal, right? You could do this in crypto. Many other times, many other ecosystems, you could do that. So that itself isn't special. But the fact that this is the first instance, the first application of something running on Zendoo is a really big deal. Now, pay attention. In the near term, you're going to be hearing hints of NFTs and potential ZK features on Token Mint, right? So this is going to be really cater to the advantages of what we have and what we can offer as an ecosystem. Fast following from there, you guys heard the spiel. Like every week we talk about this. You hear our engineering, our product, and just the entire team's updates. We're going EVM, we're going Ethereum compatible in the near term, but that's not it. That's not the big thing that makes us special, right? In the long run, and by long run, I mean, working on it concurrently now, but I think our long run value proposition is the interoperability protocol, and it is going down this provability path. And provability, meaning like our core products like Lattice, like a fully decentralized, recursive, provable blockchain system, like a ZK VM, maybe a ZK EVM, as well as zero knowledge enabled virtual machine, maybe Ethereum compatible, right? ZK audits, doing like snarkifying other blockchains like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and actually offering ZK products with them. That's a really big deal. And these are the types of things that, at least with ZK audit, you can only do on Horizen, right? So we're going to be carving out these things that for a while we've been in R&D and basic development, protocol development mode. Now it's exciting because we're in delivery mode on actual applications on that protocol. And the applications are going to start out simple, and they're going to very quickly get more sophisticated and useful, with the big targets of being like truly unique and massively scalable for the industry is on the side of provability and the ZK technology. So you're going to see us investing heavily as an organization into this type of talent. We already have a very competent and capable ZK crypto team, and we're going to probably quadruple that team size over the next, I don't even know what time frame to put on it, but it's just an all-out deep priority for us right now. So Horizen is going to turn into a powerhouse, and one of the big supporting organizations, Horizen Labs, is completely dedicated to Horizen, even though Horizen Labs has become a powerhouse in Web3 in its own right, working with projects like the Bored Ape Yacht Club, launching ApeCoin, launching the Land smart contract for the other side, Ape Metaverse. All of this and all of the other hot NFT projects that Horizen Labs is currently working with its clients, right? The goal here is to basically bring them all into Horizen. Now, again, this is our goal. This is not necessarily the goal of everyone in the industry that we're working with, but we're laying the foundations, that framework, so that we can actually get out there and like have a big wave of support coming into our ecosystem as we get the basic pillars into place. So it's been a really long ride. For 5 years. We've been, building an organization, building a community, building some basic technology, and now actually delivering really important things on top of that technology, and then having different organizations like Horizen Labs growing within this ecosystem, going out and carving out big chunks of Web3. The goal now is to wrap it all together. And over the next year, 2 years, you're going to see all of this really wrap together and come together beautifully, I would say, with some really important deliveries that are just teasers this year, like token mints and then the EVM teasers, but we're going to build a whole DeFi ecosystem around it. But the longer term goal, we're always keeping our focus there. Now that we have so many more resources, we're going to be applying them specifically into this ZK crypto path so that we can very quickly become industry leaders in our own right. That's all I've got today, guys. Really, this is more of a kind of a deep appreciation for everyone who's here, obviously today, but really for those who are supportive of us in the community, our partners, really everyone out there who's been with us all of the years. And again, those OGs who have been with us from day one, especially those who can kind of sport that original Zen, remember Zen Cash, Zen t-shirt, Colin. I know you have it. I see it on you every now and then. Those are the people that were here for our launch party back in 2017. So as thank you, I'll stop here and we can hear from other team members.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for all that FOMO, Rob. Now I would like to welcome Alberto up to speak.
Oh, thank you, Erica. So today I was thinking about these years in Zen, and one thought came to my mind. The first time I had to look at Zen distro's code. I mean, it was around 5 years ago. There was a bug that was randomly preventing nodes from loading again after a restart that was forcing node operators to reindex. Back then, I was still an external contributor, and during my evenings, I started trying to recreate the issue, the bug in the program, and so on. And after a couple of nights, I understood the cause and implemented my very first fix on ZenD. It was almost 5 years ago, and after that moment, many things happened until today. So just to name something, at the moment, we didn't know a lot about snarks, and now speaking about circuits and proving system internals is a daily topic here. And 4 years ago, even if now seems obvious, we envisioned that sidechains and more in general solutions based on snarks were the key for enabling scalability to decentralized applications. And we started from scratch, from the idea, the paper, then slowly growing a team with the limited resources we had at the time and the difficulty in finding expertise in that specific area. And we had to face a lot of challenges along the way. But with the guidance of Rob and the contribution of the rest of the team, we always went through them trying to keep our North Star that was enabling the scalability of decentralized blockchain applications. And last year, we delivered Zendu, and it was huge. Our main chain then became really capable of scaling and enabling really decentralized blockchain applications. And now we're deploying the first examples of applications that are using Zendu. So what to expect now? You will see a first example of a sidechain that is the tokenization platform, but even more. I mean, as Rob was mentioning, we will have also the ZK audit sidechain, that is a sidechain that is extensively using zero knowledge and snarks to prove the funds received, for example, on Bitcoin without revealing the transactions that are leading to such amounts. And these are just the very first examples of application that you are going to see. But there is much more to come. We're actively working on a version of the sidechain SDK that is fully compatible with the Ethereum tools and on a sidechain that is integrating even an Ethereum virtual machine. So these are other two examples of things that we are currently working on and you will see in the very near future. And will change even the way of, let me say, developers to approach the development of sidechains on our system, and also from the user perspective on how to interact with these sidechains. So, for example, we will have tools, we will enable tools like MetaMask able to be used to interact with our sidechain. So opening up the ecosystem to a wider audience. And last but not the least, we're moving towards the ZKVM technology for building the first fully provable and decentralized sidechain that is allowing developers to use a really friendly language to customize their own logic. So you will have let me say, a friendly way for writing your own application. You can use your, let me say, as a user, the tools you're already used to, and at the same time having a fully proven sidechain that means security, decentralization, and scalability. So this is our North Star. This has been our North Star from the very beginning, and we are moving forward to it and keep pushing on that. I mean, even, let me say, enhancing our roadmap. So I think that we are really exciting times ahead of us, and we will have a lot of fun, I'm sure. And so, I mean, so stay tuned, guys. And back to you, Erica.
Thank you, Alberto. Now I would like to welcome Rosario on.
So 5 years ago, when I joined, I thought I was just joining a cool project. Cool project that was community focused, and I was really interested in technology. So personally, I was very attracted to solving complex technical problems with blockchain, and bringing the privacy element to me was very important personally for me. And it was a lot of fun. I was very naive in terms of what we could achieve during that time and the time frames. And you know, guys, it's really hard to build a community driven global startup, and we've had a lot of challenges along the way. We've dealt with them very, very well. Hindsight's always 2020, so we can always improve. But just the quality of the people around the world that we've been connected to has been incredible, and I'm very thankful to be part of this community. Thankful that I get to work with people that are smarter than me, that I can learn from. And I'm really looking forward to bringing transparency and privacy to the space for many use cases. I mean, you heard from Rob, you heard from Alberto about some of these use cases. Also, with building a product team within our Horizen ecosystem, now you've seen token mint, but what we haven't really announced is ZK token mint. So what's the next level of that token mint blockchain that we've developed? You've heard from Alberto about ZK audit, and very soon you'll be able to play with ZK audit and see the capabilities that we are bringing to the table. But in all, happy birthday, Horizen community. So happy you guys have been with us, for those that have been from us with the start, but also importantly for the newcomers that are being introduced to the Horizen ecosystem and blockchain. We welcome your feedback, your input, and really reach out to us on Discord. I'm always there. So anything that any ideas that you have, any questions, please come to us, and we will have this communication. And I think that's it for me, Erica.
Wonderful. And I do want to just reiterate those sentiments. Please do reach out to us on Discord. We love to talk to you all and would be happy to answer any questions that you have. And now, next up, we have Zane.
Thanks, Erica. And yes, time flies. I'm sitting in our New York office right now. And for me, it's been a year since starting up here in New York. We're about to move to a bigger office today. And I mean, it just shows a lot of what has been mentioned already around momentum. We have this momentum in terms of like speed, agility, whether it's like with Zendu, the token mint, Cobalt wallet, the Ape ecosystem, and other projects. I also want to stress that it is a big part of like our community here and people, and a lot of this wouldn't be possible without like the folks on our team, starting off with like our infrastructure team, which is the foundation for everything that we do. Much thanks to Chronic, Luigi, and team, and then the product teams, all their hard work in getting where we are today. It's just the beginning. The sidechains team with Paolo and Marco, tools team with Yuriko and Tomas and team, smart contracts, Lou, Rodrigo, and of course, our incredible product team, John, Angie, Victor, and our sales team with Maurizio. Just here with a lot of gratitude and deep appreciation and excitement, genuine excitement for the near future. Back to you, Erica.
Thank you, Zane. And next, I'd like to bring Liat up.
Thanks, Erica. And so exciting to be here. Horizen Labs is one of the ecosystem partners, but we've got a few others here, and I see some Agile Monkeys on here, and Rob referred to IOHK, and we have a lot of other partners as well. And it's just great to see the growing HL team, the growing Zen Blockchain Foundation team, and of course, all of the partners that are joining us as well. And kind of a little bit of a shout out to all of the community members that have been here from the get-go. It's really nice to see you guys on here. I kind of came in with Horizen Labs 3.5 years ago, but at the time I remember celebrating the second birthday at Consensus. So here we are heading to Consensus again, this time 5 years strong. And that staying power is not to be taken for granted. So great to be part of it, and waiting for this exciting wild ride to continue.
I completely agree. And now I'd like to welcome on Vano.
Hello, everyone. Happy 5th anniversary, everyone. I am in my 4th year with Horizen since I joined the team officially. And before that, I still remember mining my first Zen almost 5 years ago with my GPU mining rig. And then I remember like mining and gathering enough Zen to run my first secure node as well. I was competing with my coworkers back then in my previous job. And yeah, it was back then when our node system was still fairly small. And then since I joined the team over the years, I'm getting constantly amazed how we grow, how great each and every team member is, and how we improve always. And every day you won't have a trouble, I guess, having enough motivation working here, because I believe we're contributing to something really useful. And also I would like to thank to all our community members and partners and mining pools, exchanges, wallets, custodians, fiat on-ramps and off-ramps, point of sales providers and merchants who accept Zen, and node operators and node hosting providers for being with us and supporting Horizen for so many years. Some of them are with us for 5 years already. And yeah, that's it. Happy 5th year anniversary. And again, yeah, great to be here, and thank you all.
Thank you, Vano. And now I'd like to welcome on Lucy.
Hey everyone, happy birthday, Horizen. I can't believe it's been 5 exciting years. In crypto, it's like 50 years, and I have more wrinkles and less hair. So, but I feel very, very honored and proud to be part of this incredible journey since 4.5 years ago. So when I joined, I was very, very new to crypto. And I didn't even know if this crypto thing was a real thing, but I had a great confidence in the team. And we celebrated many milestones along the way, and then also pushed through many challenges and market cycles. And we always came out more resilient, stronger, and better. So and it's just amazing to see the project grow every year, and especially in the past year. I'm just very thankful for Horizen and the team, for all the team members. It's absolutely an honor to be able to work side by side with you all, and for the long time community members. I'm very thankful for your long time support and faith in the project and the team. And for all the newer community members, I'm super happy that you are here with us today, and it's really never too late to join. And joining us to celebrate many, many more milestones in the coming years and many more to come. So again, happy anniversary, and enjoy some cake, everyone. That's it. Back to you, and Erica.
Thank you, Lucy. And now I would like to welcome on Jonathan, the CEO of Pipeline Marketing, our partner.
Hey everybody, it's really great to be here, and happy anniversary. Well, I started here in 2018, so almost 4 years ago, I guess almost 5 years ago now, and it was my very first job in blockchain. And I'm very lucky that Horizen was my first, well, Zencash at the time was my first job, because it was just an amazing company where Rob and the rest of the leadership team really let you grow and really let you explore things that were interesting to you. And I think that's a big reason why there are so many people on this call who have been here for 4 years. I mean, that's really unheard of in corporate America. I mean, that, like where I used to be at Amazon, the average tenure was 1 year. And here we have people who've been here for 4 or 5 years, and that's because of Rob and the rest of the leadership team. So when I started here, it was great. We navigated the crypto winter. We had some tough times, but I think that the whole company came out the other end and became a massive success, more than anybody could have thought at the time when I had started. And it's just amazing to watch how this team has grown, not just in size, but in talent and in motivation. I went to a happy hour with Rob and the business development team. Right now, the business development team is bigger than the whole Horizen team was when I started. And that's just, one section of the company. I couldn't believe how many new faces we had. So I feel very fortunate to be part of this great team with so many thought leaders. Rob, Dean, every time I talk to Dean, I come out thinking, wow, this guy's so smart. Liad, every time I talk to her, the same thing, and just really so many amazing thought leaders here. So I look forward to joining this call a year from now and seeing what Horizen has disrupted, and look forward to the next anniversary. Thank you, guys.
Amazing. Thank you, Jonathan. And now
you,
I would
Angie.
like to and now I would like to welcome up James.
Hey there, everybody. I fell in love with Bitcoin about 5 years ago around the launch of this project. It took me about 4.5 years to pivot my career to focus on blockchain and crypto full time. I felt welcomed and empowered on day one. Colleagues and leaders showed support and trust for my ideas and goals. And I've been able to explore creative ways to help Horizen grow, and I feel really fulfilled in my work. I get to work with really smart people who are passionate about what they do. We're collaborative, we're accommodating, and this project is a collective of passionate lovers of blockchain, not only the folks who work here, but the community as a whole. My work's recently focused on expanding the Horizen Academy to promote blockchain education with lots of great content on the way, and it's a really exciting time. It's joy, and I learn something new every day. I'd like to thank Lucy, Leslie, Erica, Jafra, Marco, Chronic, and Toju for their support, trust, and collaboration over these last 6 months. I'd also like to thank the leadership team for their vision for this project and supporting their team members along the way. Lastly, I'd like to thank the community for their continued support and enthusiasm for this project, which energizes me every day. 2022 has been an exciting year, and I can't wait to grow and develop alongside this project in the years to come. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, James. And now I'd like to welcome up Horizen Ambassador Joel, or as you may know him, DeFi Money Printer.
Oh no, I clicked the start button. Hey, what's up, everybody? Just wanted to give a quick introduction and say, I'm excited and, honored to, join the Horizen ambassadors and, see what ways I can get more involved here. Like I've been saying in all the chats, have been involved probably since the first week or first month of Zencash. Me and friends of friends all got super involved in crypto, and then me myself, the tech behind it and learning how to mine and set up nodes and everything like that is really just super exciting for me. They say, Zendu is trying to build the internet of blockchains. after being in the space so long, my mind kind of thinks like an internet of blockchain. So I'm like, yeah, like crypto needs that. So I'm definitely excited to be a part of that, and look forward to contributing more here and getting to work with more of you one-on-one individually.
Amazing. Thank you so much, DeFi Money Printer. And now I would like to move into our AMA questions. A lot of these will be for Rob. So our first one is, what was the biggest achievement in the past year?
Oh wow, biggest achievement in the past year. That's a tough one because we're constantly doing a lot. Does Zendu count? I think Zendu is probably up there, right? It's kind of hard to compete with Zendu in terms of achievements. And yes, we did deliver it last December, so it does count. I'm going with Zendu.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Alberto, do you have any input on this as well?
Token mints we just released this last month, and it's actually amazing because it's the first sidechain that is using Zendu. So it's for me, I mean, yes, Zendu was the big shebang, but then now we have our first sidechain that is fully utilizing the power of Zendu.
And okay, regarding Zendu, just let me say a fun fact. I mean, the amount of lines of code that we introduced for enabling Zendu, it's much more than the amount of code that was added for enabling, for example, shielded transaction from the Bitcoin core. So just to give you the order of magnitude of the changes that we did to our core for supporting decentralized sidechains. So yeah, I think that Zendu was, let me say, a huge challenge, and now we will see all the other applications as Rosario just mentioned, token mint, that will let me say use the power of Zendu and even go further, because I mean we will have let me say different version of the SDK that let developers leverages different functionalities that we are going to introduce, and so also I mean privacy preserving application and so on. So I mean we will have a lot of things I think ahead of us.
Amazing. Okay, so the next one is, what was the greatest challenge you faced this year?
Wow, these are tough ones. The greatest delivery, the greatest challenge. I mean, so let's see. Probably like right now we're going through a bit of a financial shock in terms of like crypto goes, and that always freaks everyone out. But I think we're just really lucky to be a bit insulated from that. Well, lucky. I mean, we've worked our butts off, right? We've been there, done that several times before. So, this shift in the market, I would say, is probably the biggest headwind that we face. But the other thing is just in terms of, yes, we have a lot of financial resources, but sometimes that's just not enough. It's just not good enough to have a bunch of cash sitting there. We need people, we need talent, and like we're now just really stepping up our efforts to bring in like really like significantly more top talent. I mean, that's probably the biggest challenge or bottleneck that we have is like we need people. We have a really ambitious roadmap. That North Star conversation that you heard us talk about, like it's a big deal. This is not like we're writing the next smart contract. We're talking about trying to change blockchain. So anyway, we need a lot of people for that, and hopefully over the next few months, you're going to see some big changes in how we scale.
And Rob, I'd like to add, so yes, I think a growing pain. So we've grown the team tremendously. So any organization that experiences the level of growth that we have will have their challenges, but it's also great that we are having some, we do have structures in place to manage the growth, but that is a challenge. Maybe it's not so sexy as the market, but it is a organizational challenge that we have, and I think we've been handling it very well.
And by the way, going on with what Rob was saying, if you are a cryptographer or you have snark experience, you are a blockchain engineer, really, we need more of you. And so please contact us, because we have a lot of funny and interesting thing to work on. And so please contact us.
You're obsessing over this, Alberto. It's like you just really want to scale, don't you? Great plugin. Thank you.
Yeah, I love that plug. And we'll go ahead and share a link to our job postings in chat shortly for anybody interested. And for the next question is, what are you most excited about for this next year?
Oh man, all these most. Okay, I'm really excited for our EVM. And I know that this isn't like groundbreaking new technology, but for us, it's a big opening of the ecosystem. So the ability to integrate in Ethereum compatibility is really a big deal, even though we're not stopping there. So as we integrate that, we're also now planning kind of an EVM day one, kind of what do we want to be in place to launch, and what does this mean in terms of like what's the first wave, like phase one of DeFi apps, as an example, that we need in our ecosystem. So even though this isn't like sexy and unique in terms of the industry, and there are dozens of other projects out there now with EVMs, for us, it's a really big deal, because for us, it's now, again, Zendu's power is to be able to systematically integrate in any type of blockchain technology. And right now we're starting with the most widely used one, but it doesn't stop there. So I need to specify that, because like if we were only trying to be an EVM compatible chain, there's dozens of others out there. But over the next year, this will be where a lot of the action is in terms of usability. And like we have like multiple pieces falling into place simultaneously here. As we're doing that deep R&D and we're getting like these other provable products to market or developed, so forth, we're going to have a big wave of things that are just very common and useful in the industry, like DeFi, NFTs, and things that people are really using. And here's where, when Jonathan mentioned the BD team being bigger than the entire team back then, here's where we get to put the power of that team to work, is once we have this basic infrastructure in place. So over the next year, I'm most excited about the EVM in terms of the practical things that we can now kick off. And then while that's going on, we're actually doing like the real technology deliveries on going to the next phase.
Yeah, and I would add just that it's even, let me say, a step in the middle for the provable EVMs, or for the ZK EVM. So we will have this delivery of the EVM, and then we will move forward with a fully provable version of it. So that's another important, let me say, goal for us.
I personally am most excited to start welcoming more ambassadors and growing out the ambassador program this year. So if you are interested in our ambassador program, please keep your eyes peeled for new updates.
You guys are shamelessly plugging Alberto for engineers and photographers, you for ambassadors.
We have to do our best. Okay, so next question. What are some of the biggest changes you plan to make this next year? I know that you love all of these next year, what's next questions, but
I know, but they're important. They're important. Okay, so we've been structuring quite a bit to be a delivery-oriented organization, which again, like going to just foundations, we're just getting much better. And you're seeing this in Token Mint right now, and just the delivery process for Token Mint is a big step for us, because like this is a big transition as an organization where, yeah, we're talking about maybe quadrupling our R&D and tech talent, but at the same time, we're also just going to be delivering a lot over the next year. So starting with Token Mint, and then there are going to be some fast follow deliveries on Token Mint, like with NFTs, and then thinking about how can we add some ZK capabilities to potentially, privacy preserving tokens. And then it's just for the EVM integration. Then there'll be a wave of deliveries there. So just the structure, the kind of delivery orientation that we have in the mix of how we're doing things is a really big deal. So I'm excited about that, but I'm kind of a process geek. I like processes and structure and things like that, because that's ultimately how you do win. You build that machine that's just kind of grinding constantly. we've been talking about that for years, and now we're really just getting the resources and talent to put this into gear and finally, make use of the big innovations that we've had. It's one thing where we were talking about how innovative Zendu was for a while, but now you're going to see it, and seeing it, I think, is going to help people actually make it tangible for everyone.
I'm honestly a little surprised at the lack of bean spilling today, Rob. But next question, what are the types of partnerships you would like to focus on this year?
Oh, wow. I don't know. Who's a good BD rep here? Do we have Dean online or Rohan? Someone? Otherwise, Vano, I know, has been reaching out. He sent me a big email this morning on some potential beans that I don't know if we want to spill, because I'm not sure what the answer is going to be on that email, Vano, sorry. But we're doing a lot. I mean, so if we're thinking ecosystem wide things, and I'll just say a bunch of things that are just I'm pulling out of my mind, because I know the team is working on really tangible things, but we're always trying to make Zen more useful. And yes, we're on a lot of exchanges already, but we'll continue with top tier exchanges and integrations. There are other apps out there that are very popular in crypto that we're also targeting for integration. And then we don't have a project to announce now, but you saw what we tried to do last year with Staked Zen. I think we need to revisit that. I think we need Zen, like a wrapped Zen product on multiple other L1s, so that as we get our EVM in place, bridges in place between them, we'll have assets on the other side that we can actually start integrating and trading against. So I think there's still some crypto infrastructure things that are really important for us to tackle. And then there's a whole bunch of really fun BD things that are ongoing that I don't want to be the one to spill those beans. So I don't know if we have Rohan or someone here who can chat about some of those. I can pick up some other BD guys if Rohan's not here.
You have Mr. BD himself.
Oh, whoa, Dean Steinbeck. Okay, please, yes.
Yeah, so definitely don't want to spill any beans. And I'm reminded of the Squid Game picture that was circulating for a little while, which was me holding Rob back from spilling beans. So what we're trying to do on the BD team is very consistent with what we've done in the past, which is reach out to exchanges and other partners who are looking to integrate with Zen. I think what's unique is as our sidechain ecosystem develops, we're always looking to partner with projects that want to build in Horizen. So far you've seen Horizen Labs reaching out specifically to a lot of third parties to do work and build in the Horizen ecosystem. I think we'll see that expedited significantly once Horizen has an EVM and development becomes very easy for these third parties. But in the meantime, we're continuing to do everything that we've done over the last 4 or 5 years, which is reach out to exchanges and other partners. So no beans spilt, no surprises, but it's just business as usual on our
end.
So boring. So boring.
All right. Well, that actually kind of leads pretty well into one of our community questions, which is, will Horizen or Horizen Labs hire salespeople to bring on customers, builders, and any IRL businesses to build on Horizen?
I don't know if Dean wants to take that one, but I would say absolutely. We're already doing it on the Horizen Labs side, at least.
Yeah. So I mean, whether they're called sales or BD or whatever the title is, we already have a really amazing team of people who are dedicated to reaching out to third parties to build in the Horizen ecosystem. I see that accelerating as it becomes easier and easier for those third parties to build. So right now we have a team of about 5 roughly in BD specifically. But I expect that to grow as the ecosystem grows.
Exciting stuff. So following that up, we have a question. Where do you see Horizen being a year from now?
It's like one of my favorite questions, guys. So the EVM is going to be out there. Token Mint is going to be out there. We're going to start doing innovative things on Token Mint. we're going to start to see, we're going to have the capability to do sidechain to sidechain transfers. I think that's going to be absolutely key for this ecosystem being successful. And we're going to have some big breakthroughs on our ZK side. So we're going to start demonstrating some ZK products in the short to midterm. And then we're also going to have some breakthroughs on, say, like a nice proving system set up and library potentially that we may release to support a proving system, which will then really lay the foundations for racing to the next fully provable product like Lattice. And Alberto mentioned, some options that we're considering for other languages that would be used with Lattice, so that we can have better, easier programmability with ZK systems. And then the ZK AVM. Now, I'm not saying we're going to have a ZK AVM in a year. That's a tough one. That's like really our big R&D goal here. But there are many interim steps, and the EVM itself is an interim step. So with the EVM, we're going to start to see like our first wave of DeFi applications, and you're going to be able to start doing things like staking your Zen into different liquidity pools, and then to be able to do some sort of yield farming, be able to see like a balancer type of application, being able to lend out your Zen, right? Being able to create synthetic products with your Zen, being able to have stable coins in the ecosystem. These are all really important foundational things that you see across the industry that we don't yet have, but the EVM is like that first really important interim milestone that opens up all of these possibilities. At least opens them up to be like in an easier way. And then going beyond that, we're going to have some of these other big technology breakthroughs, and the team itself is going to be this delivery machine. And you're going to see, so what's going to change a little bit is we're going to have probably, I don't know, half a dozen things that are being in continuous streams of or stages of delivery. So it's going to look like there's always something being delivered, because there will be different teams and they'll each have their own delivery cadence, and they're going to be a little bit asynchronous, and it's going to always look like something's being delivered. So that's going to be a bit different, because now we're going to have that organizational capability to actually do it. And we haven't had that in the past. We've been a really small, scrappy team, but now we're going to have like multiple teams that are in constant cycles of delivery. Anyway, so that's a little bit of a preview of how I see our world a year from now.
Very exciting. Does anybody else want to share where they see Horizen in a year from now? Rosario?
I see in a year from now, what I hope and very soon is for us to experience, have those applications. So similar to what Rob mentioned, there's going to be a lot of progress on the ZK space as well. Yeah, so I would love to have some applications out there that people can start using, and Token Mint is just a start of a demonstration of what we can deliver, and it's just going to continue expanding from there.
Very exciting. And I would love to maybe get Alberto to tell us where he sees Horizen in a year.
Okay, I mean, a lot has been said. I would love to have, let me say, a way for developers to write their own, let me say, logic on a decentralized blockchain, let me say, application in a developer-friendly way. So giving them the possibility to write their own logic in a totally transparent way, and being decoupled from writing the logic for proving the statements that they're writing. These will really let me say enable let me say usability for developers, and also opening up the possibility to scale and also for users to use the tools that they're used to for interacting with the sidechain functionality. I would like to see us in that position in a year from now.
Wonderful. Well, if nobody else wants to share where they see Horizen in a year, I thought we could all just say happy birthday, Horizen, together and blow out the birthday candle on our cake.
Every year, this is the most difficult task the team has to handle every single year. Being able
All
to say
right.
it together.
Absolutely agree. So if everybody wants to unmute, and then on the count of 3, we'll say happy birthday and I'll blow out the candle. And 3, 2, 1. Happy birthday,
Happy birthday,
Horizon. Yay.
Fight it.
Yeah.
Show us the cake. Show us the cake.
The cake.
That's
I don't know that I can.
That's lovely.
Oh my God.
Wow.
All right, everybody. Well, thank you all so much for joining us. We will be back again next week with our next weekly insider. And we will also be sharing our forms on social for filling out the airdrop, and then sending that out in the next 24 to 48 hours. Thank you all so much. And we'll see you again next week. Bye, everybody.